So we are suffering. And why we are suffering? Why we are suffering in our lives? Why we don't understand what is happening in our business? Why we don't understand the suffering which is happening provided that we are a good human being in our relationship? What's going on? And we want to know how we can transform, how we can really transform what is happening, what is the suffering in our life, how we can transform for good, not just for a time being, not postpone it, not for a while, for good. Now, we can do that in so-called ba-Omer, which is between 22nd till 23rd of May. But why is it called 33rd date of Omer? Why not 29th? Why not 17? Why not 67? Why 33? Now, in this video presentation, I will try to answer, and in a few sentences, maybe even more than on a few, but I will try to answer why 33 day is so important of Omer. Now, all our suffering, all our problems that we encounter in our life, all of them that we don't want and we are suffering, financial stuff, relationship stuff, business-wise, our hobby, whatever that is, we don't want, but it's manifesting through, we could say, entity or the cosmic power called Elohim. Elohim is consisted of 5 letters, Hebrew letters: Aleph, Lamed, Hey, Yud, Mem, and Mem. And we don't want this, but what can we do if this is effect of our previous inappropriate lifestyle? We cannot do anything about it. We have to take it and transform it. How can we transform it? If we take 3 middle letters, which is Lamed, Hey, and Yud, and we swap them into Kaf, Dalet, Tet, so the 5 letters will be now Aleph, Kaf, Dalet, Tet, Mem, then we could get another cosmic energy which is called Achdetam. Achdetam. These 3 middle letters, it's 33. 33. So it's not a coincidence that it's 33 first of all. But second of all, what does this mean? If we want to transform all our sufferings or our pain that we have, we should transform Elohim into Achdetam. Now, for example, Jesus was using Achdetam. He was transforming this energy of Achdetam into, we could say, positivity. He could use the Achdetam and make it sure that everything what was in pain, every human being that was in pain, was cured. Now, there is another tzaddik called Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, who was actually the teacher of Jesus, who was doing exactly the same. He was just focusing on Achdetam all the time. He was helping other people to resurrect their businesses, to resurrect their lives even. So it's not a coincidence that when we see Jesus on the cross, over his head there is inscription Inri. What does this mean, Inri? It's the last letter of Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai. It's not a coincidence. He put the name, he coded the name of his teachers. Nobody knows about it. And it's not a coincidence. Another mathematical cipher, if we take number 553, which is 553, it means in Hebrew, Mechayech Metim. Mechayech Metim. What does this mean in English? Resurrection. What else does this mean in Hebrew? Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai. So 553, the name of Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai is the same numerical value, we could say, as resurrection. It's not a coincidence. We are not talking about the resurrection of death, but wherever there is pain, wherever you suffer, wherever there is chaos in your life, it's actually death. We are not happy, we are suffering. So if there is no money, if there is no relationship, if we suffer whatever the circumstances are, we are dead. So on this day, the day of 33 Omer, which is the 33 day from the Pesach, you remember from the previous video presentation I recorded, that on the first day of Pesach, we had the opportunity to get rid of all our addictions. On the 33 day of this, if we count every single day, it's another cosmic window, which is called ba-Omer. Now, what we can do, we can transform the Elohim, so all our pains, which are the effects of our previous, from different reincarnations causes, we can eradicate them for good, using the name of Ahdetam. So first of all, we should know the 5 letters, how they look like. There was also, those days, another rabbi, very famous rabbi, called Rabbi Akiva. And he was the teacher of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. He was his teacher. Now, the first day, we could say, of Pesach, all his students, which was 24,000 students, were started to die because they didn't respect, I would say, in an appropriate way. And they started to die. And they were dying for 32 days. 24,000 his students died. On the 33rd day, because of this Mechayech Metim, they stopped dying. It was a kind of miracle, we could say. But it is not a miracle. It's the control, it's the way how we can control the cosmos. This was given to us. This is what we are supposed to do. We should do it as well. Another tzaddik, Ari, writes, Alta Amaron Shavita Shevi. What does this mean? It means that Moses went to the heaven to get the technology to control the cosmos. But the last word, Shevi, means, again, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. So what does this mean? I'm not talking about the person here. I'm talking about the energy that is available on the 33rd day, which is from the Wednesday 22nd to the Thursday 23rd of May. And if you are interested, if you just want to try to change ubekashti or bekashti, which I'm going to talk how to do it in the next video presentation, you are more than welcome. And I just want you to know that these are not a coincidence ciphers, that it's worth to pay attention to it, and it's worth listening what can actually change in our lives, the suffering and the pain, the chaos we are being going through. So see you in the next video presentation.